What's going on, everybody? What's going on? It's your boy Tidy Jones checking in with you here. Want to come on here tonight and really talk about cash buyers. Um, Probably one of the most common questions that I tend to get people asking me, how to build a cash buyers list up, or maybe on a particular property. They may ask me, how did I find a buyer for the property? So I just wanted to real quickly kind of dig into that a little bit, talk about cash buyers and stuff of that nature. Um, when I first started wholesaling, I used to be literally in competition with myself to build my cash buyers list. And when I say in competition with myself, I may add 5 buyers on one week, and then next week my goal will be, okay, I gotta get 10 buyers. Next week I might need to get 15 buyers. The next month I might need to have 30 or 40 buyers on my buyers list. I used to be like in a mental competition with myself just to build up this massive buyers list because, I had been hearing from a lot of people, you need your buyers list, you need a good buyers list, you need a big expansive buyers list. So, initially that's what I went into this game doing. I really was trying to build up a big buyers list, have 4,000 people on my buyers list, and have it 10 feet long, all that good stuff. But as I started to swim in the deep end of the pool, or the deep end of the lake or the ocean, I'm starting to realize it's not really all about building up the big buyers list as far as having a certain amount of names on that list. Is about having good quality buyers on that list. And so really what I'm trying to say is, as far as getting your cash buyers list, or getting property sold through buyers, in my opinion and in my experience, to me, if you get a good deal, you're going to get good buyers. You start bringing good deals to the table with good numbers, your buyers list will build itself organically. Just by itself, it'll just automatically start building itself, and you're gonna start getting real good buyers in there. Real good buyers that when you give them a call, if they're interested, they want to close on it the following week, or this week if they can. But that's the key to me. The key to me is to get good deals, because when you're getting good deals, the buyers they're gonna come naturally. They're just gonna automatically come naturally. And once you get known in your market as the person that's coming with good numbers and good deals, then these buyers, they're gonna want to deal with you. So of course you want to have a good relationship with your buyers, but once you become like, known to them as a real good wholesaler that's bringing them good stuff, bringing them good deals, then they're gonna want to build their relationship with you. Because to them you're a commodity, just like to you or to us, they're a commodity. We all work hand in hand. So that's one good thing. Just work on getting good deals, work on your negotiation, your numbers, and work on getting good deals to your buyers, and your buyers list will just explode by itself. It really, 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 really will. It naturally will. You start marketing good properties, good properties with a good equity, properties where you can make a nice spread, the end buyer can make a nice spread, your buyers is just gonna blow up. You know what I'm saying? It'll get to the point where you probably ain't gonna even be keeping a tab on the amount of buyers that you have. Once you start bringing good deals to the table, man, your buyers, they'll start calling you. They'll start texting you. Hey, Tyler, what you got? What you got this week? You got anything new? They'll start reaching out to you. And see, and like I say, you really are a commodity to your end buyers, because you got a lot of different type of buyers out there. You really do. But a lot of buyers, they don't want to do what we do. They consider this the hard, dirty work. They don't want to be out there at 5 a.m. and putting out bandit signs for 3 hours or 2 hours or 4 hours, maybe in some cases. They don't want to do that. They don't want to try to have to manage these mailing lists and skip trace and scrub lists. They don't want to deal with all that. A lot of them don't worry about they don't want to have to worry about reaching out to a VA in another country and managing them. They don't want to worry about that. So that's where we come in. You know, a lot of buyers love us because in their mind and their point of view, we're doing a lot of the hard work. We're coming in, finding the property, negotiating the price, and a lot of times, as some buyers see it, the only thing they got to do is come in and do their due diligence and write a check. You know, so it all goes hand in hand. You know, get you some good properties, and your buyers list, it'll just start blowing up naturally, organically. It really will. And then once you start developing good relationships with your buyers, you can get other buyers from your buyers. It'll happen. It'll just naturally happen without even you putting a lot of effort in. It's just part of that network. You become part of the network. You know, even though you may be working independently, not under any other person or any other buyer or any other company or anything, but it's still a network. You know what I'm saying? And we're all part of that network. So bringing those good deals to the table, man, that buyers list, it really will just naturally explode on itself. So in my opinion, work on getting good deals. Work on getting good deals, because you can have 200 buyers on your list, but if you ain't got no properties, what are you selling to them? You know, and it go the other way too, but if you get a good deal, it's gonna sell itself. I promise you that. It will sell itself. You get a good deal, it will sell itself. You know, of course you got to get out there and market it, but it'll sell itself. Trust me on that one. Trust me on that one. If you got some deals and you ain't got your buyers, that you ain't got nobody interested in it, something is wrong with it. Maybe your numbers are off, maybe the location is terrible. But if you got good deals, man, somebody's gonna buy that house, or they gonna buy that condo from you, or that apartment, or you know, what have you. But in my opinion, man, just really mostly focus on getting good properties under contract. That's gonna bring your buyers in right there. Getting the properties under contract, and that'll start bringing your buyers in. So to me, that's really a bigger focus than trying to build up this list of buyers, 300, 400, 500 people that 85, 95% of them you probably never gonna do business with. You know, once you really get to rolling, in most cases, you're gonna have like a handful of buyers that you're dealing with for the majority of your transactions, you know? And a lot of times when they start reaching out to wholesalers, if you got a good relationship with them, a good reputation with them, they gonna start reaching out to you first, you know? They'll hit, you know, sometimes they may just got money they need to spend or they want to spend. You know, hey, what you got? You know, I'm looking at this. You know, you think you can find me this? So just keep that in mind, man. You know, don't drive yourself crazy trying to create buyers and all this stuff, making ghost ads and having people call you back and you don't have properties under contract or you never had it under contract. You know, people understand that. You know, so keep that in mind. I'm not telling you not to do it, but, you know, just be a little cautious of it, you know, because you want to develop a long-term relationship with these people, you know. You want to do business with them for years. So that's my take on cash buyers, man. Get good deals. Get good deals, the house will sell itself. You know what I'm saying? You just got to show up to closing. Just look at it that way. I also want to read a few messages that I get, because I have a lot of y'all always reach out to me, and a lot of times I want people to hear you guys questions that you ask me, because I've asked these same questions and when I was coming up through this. So I'm gonna read this from Big Boom the Kraken, and let's see, it's kind of long, so I'm kind of trying to edit this. Big Boom. All right, he says he wanted to know if I actually have an LLC and how much it costs to set one up. Yes, I do have an LLC. I think it cost me about, total everything out the door, maybe about $550, something like that. I set my LLC up online. I wish I could remember the name of the company. I think it's called mynewcompany.com. It's something like that. If you type that in Google, I'm sure they'll come up. But it was very, very, very easy to do. It might have took 10 or 15 minutes, but it's very easy to do. I would suggest if your plan is to start wholesaling houses, to eventually set you up an LLC as well. Yeah, go ahead and do your first 1 or 2 deals in your own name if you like. But after probably your second, probably no later than your third deal, you want to go ahead and get your LLC. He also says, plus I know you buy leads from someone, but how did you make that happen with the lead seller, and what do you pay? And sorry, y'all. What do you get, and how often? Yeah, I buy my leads through, as you said, Big Boom, a lead seller. I think I'm paying about 40 cents a lead, something like that. And if I buy a certain set amount, I normally get some free. And pretty much what it is, yeah, I pay for my leads via PayPal. And they'll send you a file, a real big file, and it just have like what's the word I'm looking for? It's on a spreadsheet. It'll have like the owner's name, the owner's current mailing address, the county, the zip code, the address of the property. It'll have like appraised value, things of that nature. Sometimes it'll have whether it's vacant. But when you buy your leads, you can be selective on what you want. You may want vacant. You may want out-of-state owners. You may want to only buy probate leads. You may want to buy tax lien leads. So it's really ultimately up to you as far as that goes. You got a lot of different ways you can kind of shake and bake as far as diversifying the type of lead that you want to get. Lastly, and this is still Big Boom. Lastly, I wanted to know how much you spend on the bandit signs, and how many do you put out, and how much you spend on letters or postcards. As far as what I spend on my bandit signs, I normally buy like 100, sometimes 200 at a time. To keep it simple, let's say you buy 100 bandit signs. Let's say you get like 18 by 24s with the tall stakes. You're gonna typically, depending on who you order from, you're gonna probably pay around 400 with the stakes, and this is with shipping as well. Maybe about 250, 260, 270, 240, depending on who you're actually buying from. And how many do I put out? I try to put out, when I'm putting out my signs, if I'm just campaigning with my signs, I'll try to put out at least 30 signs per weekend. Sometimes I might do 50, 60. It just all depends, but I try to do a minimum of 30. And how much do I spend on letters and postcards? The letters, when you send out the letters are typically going to cost more than postcards in most cases. Postcards are very inexpensive. You got a lot of websites which you can use, like Click the Mail. Man, I don't have their stuff in front of me, but I want to say like 35 to 45 cents per postcard, something of that nature. There's a lot of different ways you can shake and bake that also. And how much time do you think you spent on your first 2 or 3 deals? My first deal, I probably spent about 3 weeks total on it. After getting it on the contract, it probably took me maybe about a week and a half to get a seller. Probably took maybe about 3 weeks to close it, 3.5 weeks at probably the very most, as far as my first one went. So there you have it, Big Boom, and thanks for watching the channel as well. And we also had, let's see, I think I had another one I wanted to read to you guys. This came from Patrick from Louisville, Kentucky. And Patrick, let's see. Patrick said, I saw in your video you said you have a full-time job and was wholesaling after. After you jumped in, did you quit your full-time job? Yes, I did, Patrick. And I haven't even mentioned that on there. And that's why I wanted to read your question, because when you text me this question, it immediately hit me like, man, I never let them know that I quit my job. But yeah, y'all, I quit my job back on May 6th of 2016. So it's been like 8 months since I left my job. I resigned, put them a 2 weeks notice. So Yeah, Patrick, man. Once I got like maybe 2 checks, man, I was like, peace. I ain't advising nobody to do that, man. Everybody's situation gonna be totally different. But yeah, I quit my job, Patrick, man. So this what your boy do full time right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was at my last job, y'all, for like shit. Almost 17 years, y'all. Long time, man. So it wasn't an easy decision just to step away from it. But this is what I wanted to do, and I wanted to give it 300% of my time and my effort. So here we are. And also the last video, or one of my last videos, as y'all recall, I was telling y'all about I had a house under contract. The sellers were 2 sisters, and I told y'all it was a hood house that had a lot of fire damage. I wasn't sure that if I could sell it, and then I got the cash deposit of $500 that I showed you guys as well. I actually closed on that house earlier today, y'all. Closed on the house earlier today, and also I got a question from, well, not really a question, but more of a statement. LG Hustle. LG said, "Hey Toddy, not to mean your personal finances, but it would have been great motivation to know your profit on these 2 deals, no matter how big or how small." And I replied, "Next one I do, I'll show the amount." So here we go. This is what I got today. Let's hope you guys can see that. But yeah, $1,575. I don't think y'all can see that good, but that's what it is. $1,575 that I got today at the closing table. And I had got $500 cash before we closed. So essentially my profit was $2,075. And that's what I made on a house that I didn't even think that I was going to be able to sell, to be totally honest with y'all. A house I was very reluctant to put under contract, to be honest with y'all. So, that just goes to show, in this industry, man, you gotta always be thinking positive. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a testament to that on this deal. So, but yeah, close that one today, and got a few things in the pipeline. I got one deal that's being held up right now. I'm trying to remain optimistic that it will get to the closing table, but I'm not sure. It has a lot of federal tax liens on it, and this didn't come up till they did the title search, because when I look up back taxes, I can't see the federal stuff here on my from what I look at for taxes. So let's hope that get to closing. I have another one in the pipeline too. Hopefully we can close on that next week. I hadn't heard from the closing attorney any this week so far, so more than likely, with tomorrow being Wednesday, I believe, more than likely we won't probably close on that until next week. And then I have one other house that I have under contract currently that I'm marketing. So trying to remain busy. The beginning of this year, and work a lot more harder and smarter than I did last year. Probably gonna order some more bandit signs tomorrow, and probably buy a new list tomorrow too. Believe it or not, y'all, I've been working on my same list for almost a year. I really wanted to give it a year before I bought a new list, because I got a good amount of deals off that list. So I bought my last list in February, bought a lot of leads, so I'll probably buy another one in February. Or I may buy another one before February gets here, but it'll be sometime very soon. I'll probably been and bought a new list by the time I do a new video. But I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to touch on, y'all. Of course, man, if you need some coaching or some mentoring, text me. Shoot me a text at 478-420-0577. Again, 478-420-0577. I do offer coaching and mentoring. So if you want to text me and see for yourself what I charge, ask me a few questions about it, you're more than welcome. Would definitely love to help you out if I could. And even if you don't get coaching and mentoring from me and you feel like you need it, find somebody that you do think will work for you and get the coaching and mentoring that you need. And let's get it, man. Let's get on it. You know what I'm saying? Early in the year, man, let's make 2017 a good year for all of us. You know what I'm saying? So, as always, y'all, any questions, anything like that, let's chop it up in the comments. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still happy that my Falcons, I know y'all seen my Falcons on TV last Saturday. And we going to the NFC title game. We gonna win the Super Bowl. But I'm about to get out here, y'all. You know, I get on here and start running my mouth. And this is one of the times I run my mouth. So I'm going to check out. Y'all be good. Peace out.